Get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. It is Wednesday, the 27th of May, 2026, and I am Pearson Bowen. Perhaps I'm the first voice you hear in the morning if you live alone. So good morning to you. Here's to wish you a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. I encourage you, as always, before you plant your feet on the floor, to say thanks to God. Check in first with the Father, and then set yourself the goal of connecting with your neighbor, saying good morning to a neighbor, sharing love and concern and care for someone else somewhere. So welcome to Wednesday. As we take in the first breath of the day, here's hoping that you make your way through Wednesday in a way that brings value to self, value to your community, and value to your family. Just remember, you are made with love. You are made to share love. So continue sharing love in the way that you do, and you will see the difference that it brings. Breathe, everybody, breathe. But welcome to today, to those of you watching us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. To all of you, good morning. How do you do? Share the show. Don't keep this to yourself, please. Share it with someone else today. Let them come along to be a part of our community so that they learn from what we share, they engage in what we do, they have fun, they become a part of a living community like you. So thank you for sharing the show. Also, if you know of something that has to be told by us, or if you know of someone whose story has to be shared for sure, because you know and you think we could do this for you, tell us about it. And you can do so by sending us an email with all the details. That email address is right there at the bottom of your screen. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And we thank you for partnering with us as well on Morning Barbados, sharing with us some tips as to where we can go next. Thank you so much indeed. Now, it's Wednesday, it's midweek, and yesterday I thought I had a really, really good time. Yesterday, the Barbados Fire Service, in association with Sagicor General Insurance, hosted their schools quiz semi-final and final. I happened to be the quiz master. I had a fun time. Those students were so well prepared, and it was a ding-dong battle. Into the final, the finalists were the students of Arthur Smith Primary School and the Hilda Skeen Primary School. And for a while, nobody was getting anything wrong. They were just spot on, spot on, spot on all the way down through the 3 rounds. And so it came down to a slight point differential. Just 2 questions separated the winner from the follower-up. So congratulations this morning to the Arthur Smith team from Arthur Smith Primary School, DP team, the Hilda Skeen Primary School, who were awesome. And so to each of you, congratulations. Each and every one of those students who contested yesterday, congratulations. You made your school proud, you made your family proud, I'm sure you made yourself proud as well. So well done to the primary school children of Barbados who represented themselves so handsomely yesterday. And big thank you to the Barbados Fire Service as you continue going into the schools to share fire prevention tips and knowledge literally about what you do and what we do to be able to impact what you do. So we really want to thank you so very much, Barbados Fire Service, Sagicor General, for being a partner in this as well. And thanks to all of the children for making this old man feel so very, very proud of all of you yesterday. Well done. Thumbs up to everyone. Coming up today, it is designed to resolve problems. We'll be meeting with Future Caribbean to hear what it is they're trying to solve. But we'll also be connecting with Supernova Lab in Barbados, which gives the impetus for the change. So we'll talk to them in just a little while about what's going on in this build-a-thon. What comes to your mind when I use that term, build-a-thon? We'll talk to you a little bit more about that. Did you know that every 5 minutes, someone in the world is diagnosed with multiple sclerosis? It is stunning to know that particular fact. And so the local association will join us because this weekend coming, the world stops and pauses just for a moment to commemorate World MS Day. What are the plans? What are they doing here in Barbados? We'll talk to the Barbados Multiple Sclerosis Society in just a little while about that. Also, the Anglican Church says, let's get going, let's get moving. The annual 5K walk and run is coming up and you need to know how to be a part of it, we believe. And so we've invited them to be a part of it with us. So get ready to hear more about the annual 5K Walk and Run hosted by the Anglican Church of Barbados. That is coming up. Rugby, we'll be talking about that as well, because there's some matches coming up here in Barbados, and of which our Barbados teams are part. And so we want to share with you details about why you should show up and give support. We'll look at that in a very big way. And we'll also meet a woman who wants to turn tears into testimonies. She's considered to be the voice of St. Lucia. She's in Barbados for this year's Barbados Gospel Fest. And so who is she? And what's the message she brings? Stick around to find out. We'll take a break here at 9 after the hour. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 12 minutes now after 6 o'clock this Wednesday morning. And so, how is your life in the Caribbean? How are systems working for you in the Caribbean? Are you satisfied with how everything is connected or not connected? Are you happy about that? And then you ask yourself sometimes, what can we do about that? Why don't they do something about that? But I'll ask you, why don't you do something about that? And so we'll look at that now as we're joined by the co-founder of Future Caribbean in Lily Dash. And next to her is one whose face is becoming quite familiar now, in Shara Grimm, who is the director of Supernova Lab. To you ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pearson.
Good to see you again, Lily.
Thank you. It's good to be here again.
Wonderful. Now listen, obviously this build-a-thon of which we're talking now is designed for a reason. What's the problem you're trying to solve?
For a reason. So first of all, let me start. It's a global agentic AI build-a-thon, right? Targeting Caribbean challenges. So we have 10 verticals. FutureCaribbean.com is the website. It's live. You can follow along. But AI for food security, AI for blue economy, AI for finance, AI for tourism, AI for creative arts, right? And the list goes on. But challenges that AI for energy, These are challenges, AI for healthcare, right? These are challenges that exist in the Caribbean, but challenges that also exist in the world, right? Like the energy problems that we have in Barbados in terms of efficiency and battery storage and creating networks of economy are not unique to Barbados. They have the same problems in Los Angeles, right? We're very creative. People in the Caribbean are very creative. But the really cool thing about this is it's a global call, right? So if you are a builder in Pakistan, in Ukraine, in Poland, and you want to build and tackle these problems, you're eligible. But also, if you're a builder in Georgetown, in Kingston, in Bridgetown, you're also able to tackle these problems. We believe that innovation does not happen in isolation. And I think that's, well, we operate in this isolated track, right? But innovation is collaboration. This is convening. New York City was built from convening. If we look back at our history, we were able to build from a meeting of minds, right? And so how do we build the future in that regard? So there's multiple layers here. I came up with the name Future. I bought the Future Caribbean domain a few years ago, 3 years ago, and it was because I was like, man, the world would love to engage in the Caribbean, but we, as a whole, right? When we look at global corporations or global philanthropic agencies, it's very hard for them to pick and choose which Caribbean country they're going to They want to help the whole region because that's the scale, right? They want to have a presence in the Caribbean. And through my work, I have an advisory firm with some partners that we've been building this together. We came up with my business partner was like, we have to do a hackathon. My business partner, Bill Tai, is one of the leading venture capitalists in the world. He was the first check on Zoom, the first check on Canva, and a lot of others. He's really good at mobilizing the right talent at the right time and choosing the right thing, right? And it's like kindling a fire. It's like you need just the right environment
to make it happen.
And the time is now. We have a lot of really, for the Caribbean and for this, the time is now. So, I mean, we had a pre-launch. This is the first media. Right. We launched yesterday at Sustainability Week, but that's a closed room. Granted, it's a room of 800, but it's still a limited room. This is the first media presentation that we've done on this.
I'm so glad you chose us. We're happy, we're thrilled about that, as a matter of fact. But by the mere title alone, Future Caribbean sets it to be aspirational.
Certainly.
We have to look at our region, as you said it's an archipelago of islands, but at the same time, there's so many similarities that we can all together pool to be able to tackle and resolve, and so streamlining, tackling, resolving. All of that is why the Future Caribbean exists.
It's really about networks, right? And nodes in the network. Like we've seen a lot that have happened in networks. And the network, every single node that we collect, we become 10 times, it's Maslow's law, right? 10 times larger, 10 times more impactful, right? So it's not just connections we have to make with each other, but also an opportunity for connections that we can make in the world. So this idea came about very quickly, and it's really in the last 6 weeks it has become a thing. We have IDB partnerships. We have a partnership with Future Barbados, Export Barbados. The Barbados government has been super supportive of it, which has been amazing. Jonathan Reed and Mark Hill who have been, they were one of the first people that I came to say, hey, we have something here. Even just, I talk and I work with these guys. Well, I talk and work with these guys over years, right? Like with different innovations, whether it's e-conveyancing or different, about how we can move things forward. So it's really a child of the spirit, right? The reason why it's taken off is because it's a child of the spirit. Like this is needed. Like it's not just me that's talking about unification. It's the soca artists that are talking about unification. It's the people that are talking about unification. One of the big inspiring moments, I was on Instagram and I saw this post take off, and it was an Instagram post on economics in the Caribbean. It was like, if we were united, we would have a $700 billion GDP as a united region. We would be 25th largest economy in the world, and I literally took that content into my AI I said, what would we do if we build a build-a-thon around this? Bam. In 10 minutes I had a website. Then I sent it to a couple of people and I started getting, I haven't had to pitch this idea to raise any funding. It's just been like, that's a great idea. I'm in for 5, I'm in for 10, I'm in for 20, I'm in for 25, right? And now we have $50,000 US dollars in prizes, in cash. We've got a significant amount of compute, like well over 50,000 US in compute, maybe certainly exponentially more. It's basically, yeah, anyway, it's a lot of compute.
Right.
So the way that it works is we have a 4-week application window. So our job in the next 4 weeks is to make sure everybody knows about it. All around the world, everybody knows about it. And then we choose the top teams, and then we choose 40 teams to build over a 3-week period. They get an intense amount of compute to solve hard problems. We also pair them up with advisors, because it's called a build-a-thon, because build-a-thons are inherently collaborative, right? We have to collaborate. My potential is brought out when I come in contact with you, when I come in contact with others, right? And that's the same thing. We have to bring out the potential of the future together.
Yes, indeed.
It doesn't happen in isolation. And then those teams will be guided. So
Right.
mentors are super important. So basically what I've come here to say is it's an all hands on deck approach. This is something that's very needed. It's an enormous endeavor, right? Because you're trying to solve the problems of the region. But we have some great Barbadian entrepreneurs and that have done incredible things. And one of them gave me some advice when I was like very young, and he's passed away now, but he was like, Lily, remember, he was like a Barbadian legendary entrepreneur. And he was like, with leverage, you can lift the world.
That's
And
interesting. With
this-
leverage, you can lift the world.
And so we can lift this region. We have a lot of leverage.
Yes.
AI has created a lot of leverage for us, and we can really lift the region, but we have to act now, and we have to work together. We can work together as a region. We need partners. We need the banks on board. The finance banks. We have IDB. We have private sector partners and companies, international companies that have come on board. We have. Yesterday I presented at Sustainability Week on the main stage. We brought Mark Castleman from Intel. Then we had Maria Serafika from Silicon Valley, who very instrumental in the founding of some of the biggest tech challenges in the world,
Right.
competitions, the biggest actually, and Lynn Dye, who is providing the travel for our winners. But most excitingly for me, the prize for the winners, right?
Don't tell me yet. Don't tell me yet. We will hold that to the... In other words, stick around. The story unfolds in just a moment. But it's going to be big, deep, large, and it's possible. And even little you, wherever you are, can be a part of it. The other details behind all of this we'll share with you in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich-Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
23 after the hour, we're talking about an upcoming challenge for all of us of the region, because as single individual little islands, we try to tackle our problems, and in tackling we realize we meet some roadblocks. But what if we did it all together, and then we invited other minds from all else wherever the world to help us resolve some problems for connectivity, for easy and far more efficient delivery of service? Wouldn't that be wonderful? The Build-a-thon allows us to be able to do so. It's supported by Supernova Lab, and so the director of Supernova Lab is also with me. Her name is Shama Graham. Shama, this seems like a no-brainer because I know the mission of Supernova Lab, and I understand, therefore, I think, the reason why you're partnering with Future Caribbean in this endeavor. What do you see?
I say yes. So Supernova Lab is a national research and development platform for Barbados. So we help turn ideas into real-world solutions. So working with Lily and Future Caribbean in this Build-a-thon is something that aligns perfectly with our vision, and we're equally excited just to see the whole process, the applicants, the talent that we have within the Caribbean, the 40 teams that will move forward, you know, going through the judging process, and then obviously getting to experience who the final 3 teams will be. I know Lily just now alluded to some of the fantastic prizes. So the top 3 teams will have an all expenses paid trip to New York to launch their products at the New York Stock Exchange and be able to illuminate the trading floor as well. And I just now was actually asking Lily, will they also be able to ring the bell? I think that would be something very momentous for us to be able to achieve here. So I'm actually very excited about that as well.
Nice. This is great. So this is brilliant. So no doubt Supernova Lab is again giving the opportunity for Barbadians to explode and show the world our value systems and what we can create as well.
Yes.
But we can reach that particular point through partnership, and that's why why this initiative encourages the whole world to be a part of the Build-a-thon as it unfolds as well. I can well imagine, Lily, there's a parent at home asking about who is this for? Because is it for simply the adult? Is it simply for the business person, the doctors in the world? Who is this for?
It's for everybody. It's for everyone. Anybody who has a great idea, anybody who has the capacity. It's for every business. Again, with leverage, you can lift the world, right? And what this is, okay. And so what AI is doing, and agentic AI systems are doing, is they are bringing T, being time, down to 0. Decision making down to 0. What happens in a world, what happens in the Caribbean when T equals 0? Life transforms. When that application when that application is instant. You know, when things just happen. When business development, it's just when things just happen, right? We're not accustomed to that. We're accustomed to waiting. We're accustomed to moving slowly. When things happen, the pace happens, and we have tremendous capacity. Like, this initiative is a function of AI, like intrinsically so. If it was, I am a lawyer, I'm a business development, I'm in sales, AI hackathons, it's not my, but because of AI, because of capacity that I'm able to leverage, we have it, T equals 0, almost, right? Now in 6 weeks we have this, and we have partners like the New York Stock Exchange and partners like Supernova and IDB, and Intel is on the stage next to me, and so is the largest tech founding team of the largest tech competition in the world, and the DMZ lab in Toronto is messaging, and other Caribbean islands are messaging and trying to get on board, and World Food Programme is going to advise the food security track and help us with data. So big call, this is a really great opportunity. This is a really great opportunity. We have a limited time. We need governments to get on board with the data. We need to unpack that data. We need access to data, right? We still have time, because we're not going to give the data sets to we're only going to give the data sets to the top teams, right, ultimately, the winners ultimately, or the top 10, or the ones that we can really see we can build something with. But we do have to pull up, in the words of Rihanna, when it comes to data, when it comes to collaborating, when it comes to being involved, so that we can push forward.
All right. So In the next 4 weeks, now that you've launched, you're expecting people to say, I put my hand up, I want to be a part of it. So for those who put their hand up, I want to be a part of it, where can they go to sign up, to register, to say, I'm available, I'm prepared to take this challenge?
Yeah, futurecaribbean.com.
futurecaribbean.com, and the process for registration is quite simple.
Super simple. There's a big apply button. There's also a WhatsApp channel that you can join. There's a Discord channel that you can join. But there's an application form. You fill out the application form. You put all your contact details in there. You put your LinkedIn in there. You put your idea in there, a little video pitch deck, and you can submit your idea.
Because we want T to equal 0.
T equals 0.
And all of that, meeting that particular equation means that you got to move fast, and in no time you will be acknowledged, and then eventually in no time you'll be sharing with other people from around the world.
So I just want to give you an example of T equaling 0. So yesterday there's a company that's at Sustainability Week that I've been watching for a while. These guys out of Chile. And they came to Sustainability Week. They're really great in AI and agentic AI systems. So just for anybody who doesn't know what an agentic AI system is, so we know WhatsApp, we know ChatGPT. You ask it a question, it responds. Now we have agentic AI where you can program it to execute for you, right? So that T equals 0. So in this case, these guys are salesmen. They want to sell their AI platform to Latin America and the Caribbean, which are it's all bankers and from Latin America. There's 800 people, and so they program their app to message everyone within the app, right? So they program a OpenClaw, which is what we're encouraging people to use. OpenClaw, which is this open source agentic AI systems that it messaged everybody in the conference, all 800, personalized messages, advised them to come to the booth at a particular time for an appointment, and yesterday alone they closed like 20 deals. Whoa. 20 customers with the biggest banks in the world.
Shari, I saw your eyes flicker at that possibility right there, the potential for Barbados alone from that.
Definitely. I think that's just such an amazing thing. And I mean, even since the Build-a-thon has been launched, we've already seen the applicants come in already. So that's very exciting to know that people are so eager for these opportunities to exist. So over the next 4 weeks, it's going to be very interesting to see the number of applicants that come in. Then obviously the judging will happen, and the 40 top teams then will move on to the next round.
Wonderful indeed. So if you have an eager little beaver in your house, known as your child, who you've seen some wonderful things flowing from their mind by the things that they put out, then that eager little beaver should sign up. Our parents, you should. Would you? Of course, you'll have to encourage parental consent in instances where you're a little young and you might be a cracker and you just want to be able to be a part of this initiative as well, because you think you have something to give to the world to solve a problem that you've seen. And are there certain problems we're trying to resolve, or are we trying to just look at anything and then we pull from that anything that comes? So
you can go onto the website. Every single track has ideas on. Every single track details the challenges that exist. Like the Caribbean has had a capacity problem, right? In that, like, you can't always catch the balls, right? We have 83% of tertiary educated students leave the Caribbean, and I also think that capacity is a function of consistent demand. And in the Caribbean, we have a lot of ups and downs, right? And then it's not low pressure environments that kill teams, and it's not high pressure environments that kill teams. Like when things are in pressure and working every hour, God sends.
We love it.
You know, then that's what makes strong teams. But when there's idleness, that's when weakness happens, right? And so we have to pick up the pace. But yeah, I mean, the challenges are all there on the website. You can take a look.
So once you go to the website, futurecaribbean.com, you will see the respective tracks, see which track you want to be on, and let's get ready to go. We want T to equal 0, and you can make that happen using your own creativity, your own mindset, and then using the agentic AI system to help you get to 0 very, very quickly, so that we can resolve some of the region's, Caribbean's problems as we see them and as you live them as well. So you hold a solution. You wanted
Right.
to say something?
Yeah, so food security, for instance, right? Like 80% of this is a really big track that we really want to solve. And actually, trade and food security is getting more hits than any of the other tracks.
Smart. Indeed. Quickly, just who's supporting you in all this endeavor, though, your sponsors?
Oh my gosh! So we have ACTI. ACTI is a global non-profit that is in the venture ecosystem globally. Viltai is the founder of that, who I spoke to you about earlier. We have IDB, they've been an amazing supporter. We have multiple foundations. We have Abed Foundation, Permacity Foundation, Gigaverse. We've brought, all of the we have a Claw Camp out of San Francisco. Obviously Export Barbados, Supernova Labs have been incredible. Future Caribbean has been an incredible resource. Tamaisha has opened the doors. We actually even have volunteers. Like
nice.
we have people throughout the Caribbean. We have people throughout the Caribbean who have said, Lily, we really like what you do. We're flying over to be a part of this week, to be a part of this launch. Like they're helping with marketing, like teams, like the tech community. There's a guy called Brandon from Grenada and Mel from Jamaica, and we're just all working. The Trinidadians are like, Lily, we wanted to help you with your media. Come,
Lovely.
Let's have a call. We have to, So doors are opening, and the community's on board. I think this vision of a more united Caribbean, like at my heart, I'm from here. I'm from here, right?
Of course I know.
I've been here
Of course I
in
know.
this studio since I was a little girl.
Yes, I do.
And I very much care about the Caribbean and the future of the Caribbean. And I think that transformation comes from innovation.
Indeed.
And
As we started, transformation comes from innovation. And so as you innovate, let's put it all together, let some equal minds contend, and then we'll come up with some wonderful solutions. Go to futurecaribbean.com, see the respective tracks that we're trying to resolve as quickly as possible. That depends on you and your ingenuity and just what you know can happen. Dream it, and let's make it a reality, because I think if you can think it, it is possible. It is already possible. And so it's for all of us to lend our collective capacities to achieving the results that we're looking for. And of course, Supernova Lab, you have always been there to support the engine really behind all of this, and continue doing so, Shara.
Thank
We
you
wish
very
you and your
much.
team well. Lily, thank you.
Thank you.
For creating the space that now we can breathe a bit and say, yeah, we are focused on the light. We are going to solve some problems together. Well
let's do
done.
it. Let's go.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lily Dash, co-founder of Future Caribbean, Shara Grimm, who is the director of Supernova Lab, saying to all of us, take this bite. Let's do this together. FutureCaribbean.com is where you go. Check it out. And let's make a difference to our Caribbean today. Morning Barbados Brits here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you. Our
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Saturday coming is World MS Day, and so we're joined now by the president of the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Barbados, Marvin King. Mr. King, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados.
Thank you for joining us indeed. I know multiple sclerosis is a diagnosis that shocks a lot of people. What's the level of diagnosis in Barbados, and how are people coping generally? The association assistant help people cope with MS diagnoses.
I mean, MS has historically been difficult to diagnose. It's extremely difficult. They require quite a few tests to make it happen. It's gotten better, but I don't think it is where it needs to be, because there's not a lot known about the condition, even clinically. And it's mainly through a number of interventions, which historically have been very difficult to do in Barbados, but has been made better over the last couple of years. So it's a work in progress, really. And that's why what we're doing with the MS Society of Barbados is so important, because we're trying to bring awareness and advocate for some of the things that we think need to happen if things are going to get better in this society in Barbados.
So what are you doing in terms of this agitation of which you speak? What are you doing to get into the ears and the eyes of those who need to help you make the change?
Well, we're hopefully going to have these conversations coming shortly. I've newly been appointed as the president of the association. What I've done in the last couple of months is to speak to my members and find out what it is, the problems they've had in the past, and see if I can bring some notice to government members. We've got a new minister for disability in our area. So what we're going to try to have conversations with him and with the clinicians who work in the medical services, so they can look and see how best they can support us with this condition that we know so little about, really, but affects us quite interestingly, having the condition. So it's a work in progress, as I said before, and hopefully you can have conversations with ministers and clinicians in Barbados who will look at it. But I developed the condition. I was diagnosed in the United Kingdom. I was living in London at the time. And even in London, with all of the new technology and stuff, it wasn't easy. I had to go through a number of tests, which were very invasive. The MRI is the first place that was started, because it's about looking at the brain and see whether there's scar tissues to the brain that might indicate the presence of multiple sclerosis. And then when the test showed that there was scar tissue to the myelin in my brain, then there were other tests which involve spinal taps to, invade my spine to see whether or not there was presence of demyelination down the spine. So it was quite painful to have that done, but after the tests were done, it was determined then that there was demyelination on my spinal column. Then the determination of having multiple sclerosis was determined. It took a long time. Mm-hmm. I think I knew that I had multiple sclerosis before my clinicians, and that's why I advocate for so much advocacy and bringing awareness, because I was online watching videos and someone who has multiple sclerosis in America, very prominent television individual. He had multiple sclerosis, Montel Williams, not to mention his name like that, but then he was talking about what he was experiencing with his body and what he was experiencing. And then I was certain in my mind that what he was telling me about the things he was experiencing as a man was similar to what I experienced as a man. And I was willing then to go through all of the invasive tests because I not wanted that diagnosis, but I wanted to know what was really wrong. I just knew I had some physical functions that were not working as they were before. I was 42 years of age, and I was like, why am I struggling with all these things I did before? Yeah. And then after doing the test, then it was determined that I had multiple sclerosis, but it wasn't known how the multiple sclerosis would progress because there are different variations of the disease where it affects you differently. The type of multiple sclerosis that I have myself is called remissing multiple sclerosis. So my condition will progress and I may seem really well, and then it can suddenly turn that I will digress to a level where my level of functioning goes back to when I'm really, really ill. And then others may have a progressive form of multiple sclerosis where it starts as it starts, maybe with pains or some indication that something is wrong, and then it rapidly just progresses to a stage where you can't walk, you're having problems, and you become bedridden. And quite a few of our members have gone to that stage of the condition, and it affects their well-being very much. That's why we're having this event on Friday, the walk and roll, because those like myself who can still walk will walk around, and people can see one stage of the multiple sclerosis of the condition, and then you'll see others who may be wheelchair assisted rolling around on the road, keeping up with the others. Because what we say with multiple sclerosis is that no person with the diagnosis would be left alone. So we're very pleased to have the event so that general public can see the condition, see persons with the condition in different stages and having a better understanding of how it is, possibly ask some questions from us. So they for themselves
can see and have a better understanding. So this walk and roll, where is it? And because it's going to be a public display of just what multiple sclerosis can look like in its different forms. So when, and it's Friday, what time, where would you be walking and rolling? And so that we have an appreciation and an understanding why as drivers we pull to the side and allow you to get on with what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be at Independence Square, starting at 10 a.m. in the morning. And our intention is that the police is going to assist us. They're going to proceed in front of us, and we will walk in between them. And then we will get from Independence Square, making our way down through Broad Street, and then making our way back up through Swan Street, coming back into Independence Square to finish that way. We don't have a time to how long it's going to take us because, as I said, some of us may be walking and others may be rolling. So it may take us half an hour, it could take 45 minutes. But our intention is to start in Independence Square and have conversations with anyone who's there who's willing to come and ask us about the condition. Because what we found is that lots of people have the condition and don't know enough. As I said before, clinicians only know about the condition based on how we explain and present to them, and then they're learning about it. So I want to create more conversation about it, bring in more awareness to allow persons who may be new sufferers to the condition to feel safe to have those conversations with their doctors. That's where the possible solutions are.
That's really important. So Friday, roll and walk is what's happening from Independence Square. Ending at Independence Square, we're going to really come out. And you're wearing your color orange. And so in support of it, we would want and to encourage Barbados to understand and respect the color orange, those in orange, but to wear in support of it too, because while it might not be you, you may have a loved one who has met the diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. And so you know the challenges. You have a greater understanding now, and so show up and show out in support. Saturday is World MS Day, and so we want you to really pay closer attention. Spend some time for just a moment reflecting. And so we want to encourage you to stay and know more. Now, I got to go, Mr. King, but it sounds like a conversation that has to be continued, because the education around the diagnosis and how we manage and live with, I think, is one that has to continue as well. So perhaps another opportunity we'll have a chance to delve even deeper into the condition and understanding of how one handles the condition. I want to thank you, however, for joining us this morning and wish you well with your society.
Thank you for inviting
Friday
me.
and beyond.
Lovely.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You're very welcome. Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
10 minutes to go to the hour of 7 o'clock. The Anglican Church says standing but not standing still. Why, got it right?
Standing and not standing.
Thank you so much.
Still standing.
They're still standing. They're still standing.
But not
they're
standing.
walking and they're running, and they want us to walk and run with them as well. And so joining us to talk a little bit more about the upcoming annual 5K walk and run is Dr. Adrian Lord, who chairs the Health and Wellness Commission of the Anglican Church. And with him is our very good friend as well, Senator, the Reverend Canon Dr. John Rogers. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Look at Adrian. Adrian's already dressed for this activity coming up. Senator John and I, we're still behind the scenes somewhat. We're working on it, though.
We're working.
We're working on it. There's a reason for this, Dr. Lord.
Yes, last year we had our first event, and we were celebrating the 200th anniversary of the Anglican Church in Barbados, as you remember. And the response is very good. And we followed it by having a wellness hike later in the year. I think it was in November?
September.
Caribbean Wellness Day. So that enthusiasm continued. And with the chronic NCDs in Barbados, obesity, we thought that we really should promote some healthy living in our community, not only in the Anglican community, but the community of Barbados. And we thought we'll have another 5K again. So coming up this Saturday evening, 4 o'clock, St. Paul Church, we'll be there.
They're not asking you to go into a gym and start working out now. Come as you are. And you can walk or run at your own pace. Dr. John will be braided up the rear.
How you know? That's why I dress like this. You know? I don't want to put on my clothes too early.
I get you. You know, I'm with you. I'll be accompanying you. But the point is, at the end of it, movement is critical to staying alive. Movement is critical for feeling better as well. And so let's talk about the benefits that would flow naturally to the physical self therefrom.
Yeah, well, exercise is medicine. So by exercising, and that be walking, running, swimming, gardening, anything, you know, jogging, I'll be running, or maybe jogging, but you know, it helps. You need to do a certain amount of physical activity every day or every week, and you need to maintain that in order to keep your healthy living. That helps to reduce your blood pressure, diabetes, the cholesterol, and also there are a lot of health benefits including cancer. And we see a lot of obesity in children. And this year, we are not only having a 5K, but we have a 3K. And this for the children under 12, not...
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, they got a distance I could do. 3K.
Yeah.
Children under 12.
Oh, all right. I didn't hear that part. I'm just kidding you. So there are many stages at which you can be a part of this activity indeed. But you know, Canon Rogers, when I think about it, we're told to guard the mind, the heart, but we sometimes forget that those are parts of the body, the vessel that we carry, the temple of God. Let's talk about it from a theological point of view for a second. Why the church is involved in caring whether or not I'm fit?
Okay, well, for a long time, for some years now, the Anglican Church has been focusing on health, even under the previous bishop when Dr. Hassel would have been involved and so on. And so we developed our health groups to make sure that each church had a health guild. And so this is just another part of that initiative. And what we've been trying to do is to get people to recognize the synergy between physical health and spiritual health, because one feeds the other. And so even on the walk on Saturday, for example, it's not so much, it is about our physical health, but it's about building community. It's about people recognizing that there are others here upon whom they can lean, that we can share in a moment together. And so, yes, that's why I'll be bringing up the rear, just to make sure that nobody is left behind. You know, not that I can't jog and so on, is what happens after if I jog. It is really for us to just come and move at our own paces. And build a community together and share in a special moment with each other, because one of the jarring things is to see lives lost that could have been saved if people had just made the right decisions. And so it's really the church calling us all to look at ourselves, look at our physical beings, so that we can better preserve and nurture our spiritual selves.
I mean, that's a very awesome, noble target to attain. But it's just fun. It's just fun.
It is.
And I'm saying that like that because I don't want folks at home viewing to think for a second, oh dear, it sounds like a race. I'm going to get a medal at the end, therefore I have to perform. Others are watching me. No. Dr. Lord will do his own kind of competition. But Dr. John and I, we will do our own.
Of course.
It as well. So does it require registration?
Yes, there's registration online. And you can register. There's a QR code on the poster that you can use, or there's a Google document that you can register. But the collection of your gear, your kit, starts this evening at Sky Mall between 1 and 7. It continues tomorrow and Friday. And you get this nice shirt after registration, and paying a little $30 for the race, for the event. You get a shirt. It's not $30 for the shirt, okay? but that will help to offset all of the costs and the water and stations, the permission from these various things, the police escort, the ambulance. So we do this, and it really started when one year I noticed at my church there were a bit too many funerals, right? And we've done some screening. And talking about screening, this year we're going to have the University of the West Indies KFIL medical students doing some blood pressure, blood sugar, blood cholesterol screening. So it's not all about just being there. Last year we had a health extravaganza. This year we have toned it down a bit, and we're going to, it was at St. George Church last year. We're starting at St. Paul.
St. Paul's this year.
Going into Bridgetown, along the wharf down Princess Alice, turn around and back up. Yeah, all right. Passing by the Church of St. Mary. We'll see the Cathedral Church in the distance. So we're seeing all the Anglican churches and then back to St. Paul. So we're going around the island. Last year we also had the hike from Gun Hill. We're going to have a hike again later this year. So we're doing things to keep us active, not only the Anglican Church, as I said, but the whole Barbadian community. And we hope that this will be an encouragement for people not to only do this on Saturday, as I said, 4 o'clock, St. Paul Church. Not only Saturday, but keep it as part of your routine. You don't necessarily need to go to the gym. You can walk, but you have to watch the potholes. but we have
It's a
to. We
lived
can walk.
reality.
We can walk on diverse pastures and safe places,
Yeah.
and do it regularly, so that you could maintain a healthy living and prevent some of the illnesses that we're seeing that's causing the QEH to complain about the number of people
Yeah.
they're seeing.
There's some little things that keep popping into my social media to remind me, Pierce, you're over 50. Therefore, there's certain levels of exercise you still have to maintain. So if you want to lose the tummy, these are the things you have to do. And so if you want to lose the tummy, these are some of the things you have to do. This coming weekend at St. Paul's Anglican Church from 4, it starts off, but there's an opportunity for children to be a part of it. And do they pay the same $30?
They pay the same $30, but they get 3K. And they also, by the way, their prizes for the children. They're going to prize for the oldest priest, the youngest participant. You wouldn't get that. And the church with the most congregants who are registered to take part. So we're trying to make a community, keep us all together, and have a joyful time.
It is going to be quite a joyful time, Canon Rogers.
And then back to church service on Sunday morning.
Of course, I don't complain. But I'm tired of there's no room for complaint indeed at all. And so this is an initiative of the church, as you said. You know, it triggers this whole spirit. Again, it understands that the church cares, and not apart from your own reality, because the church is your reality at the same time. I know you want to talk on this for a little while.
Well,
but I'll only give you a few minutes.
The reality is that the church is an integral part of the community. And the Anglican Church in particular has done much for the development of Barbados. And this is just another way of us getting involved in the national discourse, because it's really a national issue, NCDs and so on. And so when we look at it, it's not just about people's health and so on. It's about national debt. It's about the resources that we have to pour into medical care and all those things. So that could be going somewhere else for development. So we have to try to create that balance within the society. And so it is necessary that the church gets involved in this way. And I commend Dr. Lord and the Health and Wellness Commission for the work they're doing. I missed last year's walk. I was overseas on assignment, but I will be there this year, and I will be doing my duty to make sure that God's people are taken care of.
I love it. Well put, indeed. Weighing up the wear, in other words. Simply put, indeed. And so don't forget, folks, today, tomorrow, and the next day at Sky Mall, you can show up to get your shirts, your bibs, if you want to call it such. Indeed, your participation. Look at your screen. Look at your screen. You'll see all the details you need to know. 1. Under 12, 3K. At St. Paul's, it starts and it ends. It starts at 4 in the afternoon, $30 entry fee. The bib collection at Sky Mall, 27, 28, and 29 of this month from 1 in the afternoon. And they're there to receive you, to care for you, to fellowship with you if necessary, because your participation makes a complete difference to your lived reality. It inspires you to do so much more than you show up for church on Sunday. But gentlemen, I wish you well. I wish you well. I know you've been working really hard just to make sure the thousands who are going to be a part of this, and you can accommodate thousands. So the road is going to be supported by the police outrunners, riders, of course. It's on Saturday, folks. It's on Saturday. So if you see them coming through town, just step to the side, pull to the side, and allow the procession to obtain indeed. But for most of all that you have to do, just sign up, register. Sky Mall today, tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, and then on Friday as well, but show up on Saturday as well. Thank you, Dr. Lord.
Thank you very much.
Canon Rogers.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes. We're taking a break here on Morning Barbados. We're back with the news and more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce, and Damian Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. Barbadians and Guyanese will soon be able to travel between both countries with just their ID cards. No passport required. The historic arrangement takes effect from the 1st of July this year. Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley says the move represents another significant step towards the regional cooperation, South-South collaboration and people-centered governance. She spoke about the development in Guyana, where she attended the country's 60th anniversary of independence.
You would have seen that when I landed just now, I was able to use our Trident ID card and be able to have that replace what would otherwise have been a passport. In 1986, 40 years ago, the father of independence of Barbados, Errol Barrow, came to Georgetown to address the CARICOM heads of government meeting. And he delivered a speech that has forever remained in our hearts, that we in the integration movement must follow and make it possible to follow the lived reality of ordinary Caribbean citizens who have integrated even beyond where governments have gone. We feel that this opportunity, permanently so, not in the way that it was done for the single domestic space for Cricket World Cup, but permanently so, should be the gift that all Guyanese and all Bajans remember as a 60th anniversary gift.
And Prime Minister Motley says she's trusting and praying that regional neighbours will follow in their footsteps of the two nations.
And others will work with us to expand the category of CARICOM citizens who can benefit from this. This is not for full freedom of movement. This is just for passage in your normal rights as a citizen, coming to visit countries. So we hope that in addition to this, that the app which has been developed, which is a Trident Arrow app, and which will eventually be available as well beyond the individual cards, so long as the phones sync with this card, you will also be able to use a smartphone going forward to be able to move between the two countries.
And while Barbadians and Guyanese alike have hailed the move, some say it should have been done a long time ago.
I think it's a very good idea, because that saves you from the hustling to go to get a passport and things like that.
I think it's something too late. It should have happened since in Errol Barrow, Errol Williams and Fabs Burnham time, but never late, better late than never. And I think the average young people today get too complacent now with ID card and not going for the passport where they could travel a wider and a wider countries, more opportunities and all kind of thing.
I agree in concept that that you should be able to move between Guyana and Barbados with your ID card. Simple.
I think it's a good thing that you can do free movements with your ID, because when I traveled to the big countries years ago, I saw that persons was using only the ID or a driver's license. So I think it's a good thing.
I don't have a problem with it per se, because my daughter is living down there. She's married to a Guyanese and she'll be able to travel freely back and forth, she and my grandchildren. So I don't have a problem with it.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness advises that the risk of Ebola virus to Barbados remains low, including any risk associated with travel from Nigeria, with no reported cases. In a statement, the officials say recent international concern has been driven by Ebola activity in parts of Africa, particularly the Democratic Republic of the Congo, with limited access in cases in Uganda and heightened concern in conflict-affected South Sudan. However, Barbados has no direct travel links with the affected countries. According to the statement, the public concern has largely centered on the recent earpiece service from Lagos, but health officials emphasize that Nigeria is not affected and has no direct travel links to current outbreak areas. Also, Barbados has already implemented a few key preparedness measures. They include enhanced screening at ports of entry, the use of advanced passenger intelligence systems through CARFA and CARICOM impacts, established monitoring and quarantine protocols for higher risk travelers, and ongoing coordination with regional and international partners, including the Caribbean Public Health Agency, the PAHO, and WHO. Healthcare workers are also expected to continue to employ standard infection controls and prevention measures. Public health officials will remain in close contact with such individuals during incubation period. Also, the Ministry of Health is advising the BAMP that by the end of this week, they'll provide guidance and address concerns raised by your membership. Strengthening partnerships and connecting capital with opportunities across Latin America and the Caribbean is the focus of this year's IDB Invest Sustainability Week conference being held at the Wyndham Grand. Rachel Elgard attended. She filed this report.
Barbados is no longer taking a backseat to conversations of investment. That's according to Minister of Public and Private Investment in Darware, who stresses that Barbados now wants a seat at the table.
We are glad to be able, first of all, to host all of you here, but to give us a chance to see right across government, the private sector, investors, and indeed the environmentalists, what opportunities can come out of this week's session. And we do look forward, therefore, to engaging right across the entire week to make sure that investment, NGOs, and indeed our environmentalists and those involved in innovation, technology would indeed be at the core of all of this. And indeed, when we speak to technology, we don't only speak technology, we also speak people, because we have to bring along people as part of the conversation.
President of the Inter-American Development Bank, Ilan Golfanj, says the region has strong advantages in sectors such as energy, resilience, and nature-based solutions. He adds that now is the time for private sector entities to invest in projects across the region.
Innovative financing tools as well as smarter approaches to risk allocation are helping to bring more private investment into the region. But realizing this potential requires mobilizing private capital at scale. That's where IDB Invest comes in. IDB Invest has a proven track record of working with companies across the region to develop finance and scale projects while bringing in private investors.
The Minister of Finance, Ryan Strawn, says the regulatory environment now allows for private sector entities to invest in projects. He's also encouraging Barbadians to invest in overseas projects.
That's something that we've been working on. To the extent that it requires fiscal discipline, a stable government, and a stable political economy is equally important for private sector investment to take place. But the opportunities are there, and therefore to the extent that you can have scale. So, and the other part is we need more Bajans investing abroad. You heard, I'm sure you would have heard from the CEO of the bank from Suriname, saying that they have a lot of investments to take place and not enough money. Bajans have money. So we are working with the credit unions as well as the banks to ensure that we can have Barbadians invest in some of these opportunities abroad to help on our resilient side so that we're earning income outside of Barbados, and therefore that is going to be part of what we're going to try to facilitate within it.
The IDB Sustainability Week ends on Thursday. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
To sports now, cricket fever is already building across Barbados as fans prepare for a historic moment, the 2026 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League final, to be played at Kensington Oval for the very first time on the 20th of September. Supporters will get early chances to secure early seats with their playoff tickets, and Barbados Trident season goes on sale from 3 o'clock this afternoon. The exclusive sale window will run for just 3 days, ending on the 29th. Head of PR and Communications for CPL, Peter Miller, told CBC Sports that to date, the planning process has been up to standard for Kensington Oval and the other venues.
Plans
are always tricky when it comes to putting on a tournament as complicated as CPL. But we think we're ready. We know Barbados will be ready at the fantastic Kensington Oval, and we're really looking forward to CPL getting the show on the road. We've had the draft take place, so people have seen the really exciting local players that the Tridents have picked, and we hope that we're going to see people in the stands, not just for the playoffs, but also for those Trident matches, and seeing them back in the blue and yellow of Barbados with that name that I know the fans are really proud of.
News and sports until now. We'll have more news and sports coming up at noon right here on TV8. Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-Cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
14.5 minutes now after 7 o'clock. We're talking about test matches right now. So, is it Clive Lloyd? Is it Garner? I know we're talking cricket when we think of test matches, but we're actually talking rugby right now. And so joining me is Kathy Daniel, who is the Public Relations Officer with the Barbados Rugby Football Union. And with her is Kadeem Knight, who is a national player, all on the Barbados team, of course. So to both of you, good morning.
Good morning.
And I said it that way because when we hear the term test matches, we think right away of those 4 or 5 days of games playing between two teams in white and so on and so forth, cricket. But that's not it. Is it a term used often in rugby?
Yes, it is. In this particular in this particular area, it refers to the 2 matches. We play at home against Guyana on June the 6th, and then this is the men's 15s national team. Then the squad will travel to Grand Cayman, to the Cayman Islands, for a test match, because these are part of the Rugby Americas North international fixtures, and it will affect our standings in how we're ranked.
Right. Okay.
So,
for me, again, using the cricket analogy, a test match is 5 days.
Yeah, this is
test match in rugby is how many minutes?
It's the same length as a regular. It's what?
So for the 15s, it will be 80 minutes?
80 minutes, yeah. Okay. 2 40-minute halves, and we have, how long is halftime again? I think it's...
For a player, it feels like 5 seconds.
But it's a little bit longer. 10 to 15 minutes.
Yes, I think it's 10 minutes. I think it's 90 minutes altogether for the full-on
test match. So the 90-minute test match is what we want to encourage you to give full support to. I know there's a test match coming up real soon.
Yeah. June the 6th. At the Garrison, yes. Right. The historic Garrison Savannah. The men's 15s team from Guyana, aka the Green Machine, will be coming to Barbados. Now, I got to get in the plug here. Last year, we beat them bad.
I love that plug.
Okay? So I'm hoping that we will do a repeat performance. Bad. Lil Wassa.
Kathy. So Kadeem, this is at you now. You and your team. So talk to me, how many people are on the team, the rugby team?
Well, on the field, there are 15 aside for the 15s. So the side is broken down into forwards and backs. And for persons who are not familiar with rugby, that's basically like the heavy hitters and then the fast runners. The forwards do most of the grunt work, which is like the rucks, the breakdowns, the scrummaging. And the backs, they run the plays. They're the speed and the play setters and playmakers, the finishers basically from off of the forwards. My position specifically is to connect the two. As the scrum half, I connect the forwards with the backs. So I move the ball from the rucks and the scrummage to the backs to allow them to do what they need to do to create the finishing product. So 15 is 15 aside on active play. So a team can move with any amount of players, such as 20 to 21 players. So you have replacements. Now, our first match was scheduled to be the 6th of June here in Barbados. However, within the last 2 weeks, a match was sprung on the team to travel to St. Vincent just in the next 3 days to play against their team. So we are expected, our team is preparing. We had our practice session last night for this match, which is going to be held in St. Vincent.
Oh, so that was what was going on. I passed there, not that late. Stop it, Barbados. I passed there on my way home. And I said, okay, that's why the lights were on. That's what was a practice session. How ready are you for St. Vincent, and how really ready are you to do them bad next weekend?
Well, our players are as ready as can be. Is any sport is like mathematics, practice, and we have been putting in the work. It's just up to us to execute. The coaches have done what they needed to do. The captains given the teams the word of encouragement. It's just left up to those 15 players on the field, as well as the replacements coming on to bring the energy. It's also up to Barbados to show the support, knowing what it is that it stands for. We travel not just for ourselves, but for our family and country. And so the team is as ready as can be. We're looking good. Our goal is just to put our best foot forward, regardless of the outcome. Yeah.
We shall believe that, Kathy. And
it's going to be live streamed. The St. Vincent match is going to be live streamed.
Nice.
Rugby Americas North, YouTube. Check it out. I don't have the live link as yet, but if you follow Rugby Barbados on, Rugby Barbados 246 is the handle, on Instagram and Facebook, you will see the posts there about that.
Wow, we're looking forward to this. So support Barbados. We need to show up and in our colors. We know our colors.
Yes, please.
Show up in our colors to give the team Barbados all our fullest impetus indeed as they go out to represent us and to represent us in this test match with Guyana next weekend. Next weekend, the 6th, and so we want to beat them. Bad. Wassa. You said it here.
I'm not too worried, to be honest. The big test will be against the Cayman Islands. We travel to them for June the 13th. So we've got 3 matches lined up a week after apart. A week apart.
Why do you term the one in Cayman Islands bigger?
They're probably the more dangerous team. Dangerous in terms of skill set, and I think they're higher ranked. Like I said, we bust up Guyana last year, like, what was it, 45-5 or something?
Oh, I mean, it was a massacre.
Yes, as a friend of mine would say, massacration.
Yes.
The fortunate thing though is that our boys and the girls team as well, because we also have a females team.
Yeah.
We train to see each team as the same. So we try not to predict a team to be less than another, because the mentality, the mental game, the mental game is very important here in rugby, because as you would imagine, the hits aren't soft.
That's right.
And the players aren't slow. So the mental game is very important. So we try to stay mentally fixed on executing the plays and executing it regardless of whichever team we go to.
Wow, and we expect results. So for these test matches, the one in Barbados coming up next week, yes. The Garrison is a wide open space.
Yes.
We want to fill the space.
Please do.
But how do you all raise funds for yourselves if you don't charge an entry?
So we have our ways.
Okay,
there's different options. There's sponsorship. We have ongoing sponsorship offers for individual players, but people can can work and get their logo.
Okay.
Shameless plug. Get their logo on the kit and so forth. There's the bar. There's other ways that we're doing. We're to be honest, right now we're in a rebuild stage because of course COVID
yes,
flattened everything. So we're trying to get back up. We have, as Kadeem said, we have girls squads coming up. We're also pushing Pelican Rugby Academy, which is the juniors, the age grade rugby. So that's for youngsters who are interested in learning, or parents whose children just have too much energy. Come bring them down to the Garrison. And there's no contact. Like for the kids, it's touch only. Like, that's it, because you don't want young people crashing into each other at top speed. That's not, no.
At all.
No.
At all. And so, don't forget, folks, our national team travels to St. Vincent this weekend. To do what they're good at, beat them and win. And then they're coming home to Barbados. Guyana will come here with their green machine to try to do what they want to do well. But again, we'll do what we're good at. We'll
come to the Garrison and support the team. Wear your colors and cheer.
At what time the matches?
It's 7 o'clock, right?
7
o'clock. 7 o'clock kickoff.
Okay.
Yes. It's a race day, so there will be some traffic and stuff. But I think the racing should be wrapped up by then. And we have the lights. There's tons of open space.
Yes.
Come on down, bring your chair, whatever, and make enough noise for the Bajans.
That's your invitation, Barbados. That is truly your invitation. So we have a big match coming up in Barbados at the Garrison Savannah on the 6th of June. Ghana comes to Barbados to try to beat the Barbados team. And so we are excited to see you there among the numbers of people who will be there as well. Post Garrison Race Day, if you just want to stick around because this is a spectacle not to be missed. It is extremely tactical, powerful, and passionate. And so we want you to be there to witness all of that and give full support to the match, yes, but of course, naturally, home drum beats first. So we want you there indeed. It kicks off at, it says, your match on the end of this week kicks off at 8 o'clock in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes.
But then in Barbados, our match kicks off at 7 o'clock next weekend.
Yes.
Indeed. So you keep following Rugby Barbados 246 on socials, Rugby Barbados 246. You will get to see the live game in St. Vincent this weekend. And then you will follow for all of the upcoming fixtures as well as we prepare to continue giving our full support to the Barbados national rugby team. And we will continue to follow rugby in Barbados because the support is rebuilding. More and more people are getting excited about this, Barbados. So get ready for that match in Cayman Islands as well on the 13th. You can again follow Barbados Rugby 246 to get the link to see the game live for yourself indeed. There's a lot happening in rugby. There's a lot to get excited about. So as always, Kathy, thank you for joining me. I wish you and the association well as well, the Barbados Rugby Union. And to you, Kadeem, and your team, do well. Be safe, but do well. Go hard, go fast, go far, but win.
Thank you.
Okay? Well done indeed. Morning Barbados takes a break right here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I've had many trials in my life. Heartache and headache, misery Depression had me down. I thought I was gonna lose my mind, but God, you favored me. You never left my side. Thank you, Lord, for your love and your amazing grace. What you did for me, no one can ever replace. Oh no, I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed.
You heard that? Did you hear that voice? Did you catch that ministry? That is what God has given to us, indeed, and what Barbados is going to be exploring this week of Barbados Gospel Fest. That's the voice of Shirley Ann Cyril Mears. She's also the founder of God's Anointed Music Industry. I am not ashamed. What are you not ashamed of?
I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. This is what Paul reminded us. And he says in Romans 1:16 that, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation." There's nothing sweeter than being a child of God and to represent the kingdom. And I'm happy to be here on Mornin Barbados, in Barbados.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Nothing sweeter than being a child of God. And often, I want to start there for a second, because oftentimes we get excited about whose family we're in.
Yes.
So I am we say, and we get all excited about that. But we don't
titles,
get as excited about, I'm a child of God.
Yes.
And you're saying, no, don't be ashamed. Do not be ashamed to represent
Him
for whose you are.
Yes.
And that you wear as in your spirit day in, day out. And you've been this way, in this disposition for a long time, practically all your life.
All my life, more than 4 decades.
Oh.
And I give God thanks. I still am. But I give God thanks and praise for the anointing on my life and my upbringing. My mom, as a single parent, instilled the teachings of the Lord in me, and this has kept me throughout my music ministry, and I am who I am today because of my upbringing and just the anointing on my life and what God has blessed me with, what He has endowed me with, and I give Him praise. Yeah.
And then you could have been like any other girl. She gets fancy and fussy over dolls and all the rest of it. She listens to the latest music and she gets all caught up in pop industry.
Yes.
But you chose gospel. Actually, God chose you to be
He chose
vessel
me. Yes,
through which
I am a vessel.
His gospel is shared. And so, setting your feet in that particular genre, was it a struggle for you, or was it so comfortable, a perfect fit, singing gospel?
See, again, it's my upbringing and, the love for music, a family of musicians. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mom, my siblings, my brother being a minister, gospel minister, and my entire family and church and school, this was what we knew to give God praise. And yes, there has been challenges, offers to go out there and do other genres of music. But I chose gospel because I know who I am and whose I am. And the anointing on my life, I want to give, at the end of the day, I want to give back to God, to give Him that praise, because He says, the Bible says, I'll bless the Lord at all times.
Yes.
His praise shall continually be in my mouth. And this is what I want to do, because I thank Him for this anointing on my life, for this gift of song that He's given me, and to minister to a dying world.
So you were adamant, this voice that He's given to me, I want to stay with this voice. I refer to you, as we started, as the voice.
The voice.
I mean, over time you've had recognitions nationally.
Yes.
But before that, someone had to have heard the voice and said, there's a lot of talent here that we can work with.
Yes.
Who was that, and how did that feel at the time when you had that moment of recognition?
Okay, back home, and I just want to shout out to St. Lucia. I lived all my life in St. Lucia, and surprisingly, I was born in Barbados. But I have, but I have lived all my life in St. Lucia, and my upbringing from school and church, singing from a very tender age. I did my first song at the age of 6. And it was in school that I found my voice, and you know, under the leadership of she's now deceased, Miss Melda Bruce at the time, the principal. She gathered everybody, and she you know, she developed those latent talent that we all had, whether it's singing or playing an instrument or just drama, whatever it was. She instilled those in us and developed that. And also, you know, we had many gospel groups on the island, and I was first recognized by a group called the Ideals. They taught the Caribbean, and they discovered me at a very tender age of 12. Started touring to Martinique and other Caribbean islands, and later on, by Mr. Ernest Otley, he was a member of the Ideals as well, the drummer of the group as well. But he was a very phenomenal writer. And I represented St. Lucia at the Caribbean Broadcasting Union in 1994. Where I had the privilege of ministering there, and I came second after the Bajans.
Yes, yes, I remember.
Yes, with James and Caroline Laycock. Yeah, and I would love to see them again, and this is one thing I'm looking
Caroline
for.
has since died.
Oh, okay.
James is also, I think, he was a part of a celebration on the
and
weekend.
I think he will be the ultimate,
yes,
ultimate celebration.
And so, at 6 years old, you sang your first song.
My first song, "Use Me, Lord."
Oh, "Use Me, Lord." That was
yes, yes. Use me, Lord, when you want me. Use me, Lord, just anyhow. Use me, Lord, when you want me. Use me, Lord, oh, use me now. And this is what the Lord has done for me from the age of 6.
Did you do training or anything along the way? I mean, I'm saying that because there's such a beautiful vibrato that you have that's so warm and rich, and it's almost like chocolate melting.
Yeah.
And to achieve that is a feat alone, if it's just through training, but to have it naturally is awesome.
It is a God-given talent. It is a natural talent. And this is why I thank God, and I just want to praise Him the rest of my life.
This is inspiring. That's such an inspiring passion to praise Him the rest of my life.
Yes.
The moment that your country in which you live, not your birth.
Yes, St. Lucia. So I am a gospel ambassador to the country.
The moment that they touched your shoulder and says, "We are giving you a national honor."
Yes.
Do you remember that moment?
There have been several moments, but what stood out for me was when I was recognized in 2021. Getting the St. Lucia Medal of Merit, silver, as part of St. Lucia's independence, you know, for my service in music and arts. And this has been you know, very touching for me, knowing that I am recognized. But I give God thanks, you know, just to know that the gospel is being appreciated. The work that I do in developing, especially young people, to see them grow in this genre and in whatever areas they choose. So I was very happy about this recognition. And also last year, 2025, being recognized from the Caribbean Music Awards, being a gospel honoree in New York. This was exceptional, and I give God thanks again. You know, throughout my life.
Look at the camera screen, the screen right there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What was the moment?
I was in my element right there. Yeah, this hair, it is, I never dreamed of this. I never imagined this. It came as a surprise to me, but I was really happy for this honor. I was very grateful for it, especially the gospel, because you know, you hear so many things about other genres of music and the different artists. But let us showcase what the Lord has done and what He will continue to do for us.
Fantastic. You mentioned about working with the young people.
Yes.
And is that the reason why you founded GAM, God's Anointed Music Ministry?
Yes.
So what's the spread? What's the reaction generally in St. Lucia to gospel music? Because, there's so many other genres that people want to gravitate to because they find it more exciting. But you stick with it.
Yes.
And what kind of response do you see by younger people for the proclamation of the gospel through music?
To be honest, the gospel music genre is dwindling in St. Lucia. But those of us who continue to do it, we try our best to especially develop our young people and to show the appreciation and to continue using their gifts for the Lord. Throughout the years, I have worked with quite a number of young people. I do voice training, the Music Center, God's Anointed Music Ministry Center, known as GAM, and developing them in vocal training, in drums and keyboard. And, I have developed quite a number of young people, and they have gone on to being really good singers as well. And, we just had our St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival, which I was part of, the Kingdom Night, which is the gospel segment of this festival. And I want to thank the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival for this. And also I want to thank Mr. Adrian Agard, for giving me this opportunity to minister here at the Gospfest in Barbados. And I'm looking forward to coming, and as I said to him during our conversation, yes, I was born in Barbados. I've lived all my life in St. Lucia, but I feel the need to come and minister here in Barbados, to let the people know that we serve a good God.
Indeed. And we all serve the same God.
We serve the same God. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever.
And so when are you performing?
At the Ultimate Gospel. This is Saturday from 6 p.m. at the Abundant Life Assembly. This is from 6 p.m. So we invited everybody to be part of this wonderful event.
So and we can enjoy hearing you sing this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday from 6 p.m. and Courts One Awesome Day on Sunday at Farley Hill from 1 p.m.
I got you.
Yes.
You've been into places, you've rubbed shoulders with many people. I'll drop some names right after this break. First, we're coming back to talk some more with Shirley Ann in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
19 minutes to go to 7 o'clock. Now we are in the presence of one of God's gifts to the Caribbean, one of God's gifts to Barbados, one of God's gifts to St. Lucia, one of God's gifts to you. And so at the weekend, you can listen and hear Shirley Ann, Cyril Mayer's rendition of God's gifts and messages to you, indeed, at the Abundant Life, and then us on Saturday, and then on Sunday at One Awesome Day at Farley Hill. But she's with me right now. She has traveled the world. She has met many, many people. She's ministered to in many places as well. But then she's also rubbed some shoulders with some big, big names in the gospel genre, like Donnie McClurkin.
Yes.
You met CeCe Winans as well?
CeCe Winans, yes.
I have to.
And Shirley Caesar, which is my favorite.
I met CeCe as well.
Yes.
Such a warm, engaging spirit to be around. And so, what is that? Does it blow your mind? Does it blow your head for just a second? Because you're so human.
Yeah, we are.
I
yes.
am with who?
Yeah. My first international encounter was with Shirley Caesar. Shirley Caesar, we share the same name, Shirley Ann.
Yes.
And she has been my gospel inspiration from very young. And when I first met Shirley, it was like, you know, come on, come give me a hug, you know. Yeah. And she was like my mom, you know, just, you know, embracing me and giving me that encouragement that we all share when we meet our fellow brothers and sisters in ministry. And, you know, meeting Cece and Sinach and Donnie McClurkin and Tremaine Hawkins, having ministered together with them. I did a song with Shirley Caesar. Wow. I also ministered with Tremaine Hawkins. And, you know, growing up singing their songs, yes. And now I am singing with them. So it has been, you know, quite a wonderful opportunity to meet your fellow brothers and sisters in ministry, where you share the same message of love and, you know, just being together in ministry, giving God praise.
Did the little girl in you who was starstruck, did she come to the fore when you saw them and met them?
Oh, yeah. You know, the Shirley Caesar, I was really shy.
Yes.
I have been this timid, this shy little girl. But the others, I was a little more mature. Yeah, but, you know, yeah, this little girl, you know, came out, and I was like, oh, my God. You know, I'm really meeting them. But it was really an awesome moment just to see those people and to minister with them, just to share in the gospel of Jesus Christ.
I could imagine how that must have been for you indeed. And so heaven will be a beautiful place.
Oh, yes.
It is going to be a beautiful place.
It is.
But along the way, you're also creating music.
Yes.
Do you write?
Yes, I wrote.
Okay.
My latest single called Not Ashamed of the Gospel. This has been in the making for some time, about 7 years now, and God inspired me to write this song because I realized that the gospel, especially in St. Lucia, you know, it's dwindling, and we need to go back to Christ. We need to go back to God. And you know, he inspired me to write this song to let the world know, to make this bold declaration that I am not ashamed of the gospel. I'm going to stand. I'm going to remain with God. And it was released last year, October. And I am, you know, waiting for the Lord to do great things. I have some other singles that I want to, that I've been working on, and they will be released this year, God's willing, just to share in ministry the good news of salvation.
Yeah. You've created your organizations. Have you also created an organization around how you market your work, or you don't want to necessarily get into the business of marketing your work?
Well, I have not really gone into the business of marketing. You know, for me, I look at ministry as just giving back, just helping people, and to just praise God with my ministry.
I let him
and my
do the
voice.
increase.
Yes.
Let him do the increase.
Yes.
But you know, if he's giving you a talent and you do nothing with it, then you know what the Bible says about that.
Yes.
And so maybe in time, I hope that you do. I think the recognition of you and your voice is part of the process to pushing you to get serious about the business of this girl.
Yes.
And that's all right. Let's look now at you, Shirley Ann, the Barbadian. Are the stories told to you by your mother?
Yes.
What did she say to you about Barbados?
Well, my mom was St. Lucian. My dad, actually, I only found that out when he was on his dying bed. You know, when we had to do all of the paperwork and all of that. That he was actually born on the waters. So he was between Barbados and St. Lucia. I guess he was closer to St. Lucia.
Right.
So he had to get the St. Lucian documents. But he was raised in Barbados, just like myself. I was born in Barbados and I was raised in St. Lucia. My dad, the Prescott, or Prescott, C-O-D or C-O-T-T. And you know, his family, he was also in the military, I think for the British Army, and he served in the Barbados police force as well. And then he moved to St. Lucia. But my mom, when she came to Barbados, she was so well received. She was loved by my dad's family. And I still love them, and I appreciate them, you know, because she spoke so highly of them, and they loved her as well. So this caused me to, you know, want to give back to my country of birth. And I really appreciate the warmth and the love so far that I have received coming to Barbados this time around. And we just want to continue because we are all one. Barbados, St. Lucia, the Caribbean, it's CARICOM. Yeah, so we are all one. So
do
we
you
want to
feel
thank
it
God.
when you hear the cabinet announcement? Ladies and gentlemen, please put away your tables and blah, 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 and we are approaching Barbados. Do you feel the I'm going home, or I am now landing on my vacation destination?
I feel like this is my second home. You know, it's home for me.
Yeah.
It will always be home for me because of the love that I receive from my family. A lot of people may not know me growing up in Barbados because I have lived in St. Lucia. But every time I do visit, I feel that I am home.
Nice.
Because this is where I was born.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So
you
I'm
can't
Not
take away
Ashamed
that.
is one song. How many do you have out? And can we find your music on socials anyway?
Yes, I can be found on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah.
By your name?
Yeah, Shirley Ann Cyril Mayers.
Shirley Ann Cyril Mayers.
Mayers, yes.
Find her there and taste her ministry. Taste and see that the Lord is good.
Oh, yes.
And then, because of the blessing He's given to her through her vocals and her ministry in words, because she writes what she sings, she writes what she believes, she writes as she is obediently led by the Spirit. And so that is what we shall all experience when we engage with Shirley Ann Cyril Mayers and the phenomenal work that she's already released. And so you can be a part of her ministry as well, and her progress, by going online and seeing for yourself. Do you put music out for sale at all, though? Because, you know, the people go into the streaming platforms, they buy and so forth.
Yeah, it's on some of the streaming platforms, on TuneCore, Amazon and iTunes. Yeah.
Right.
This particular song, Not Ashamed of the Gospel.
So I want to give you a chance for us to go check it out now. Go check it out now. I mean, like NOW now. And get it indeed. And so later on this week, of course, on Friday, Abundant Life. Sunday.
It is Saturday.
Abundant Life. Sunday,
Ultimate
Hill,
celebration.
is where you can come hear her ministry as well. What a beautiful voice. What a beautiful spirit. And she's been given to us by God. And so, Father, we say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for her ministry. Thank you for her moment. Thank you for being obedient to your call as well. And so we want to learn more about you by Shirley Ann.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Shirley Ann.
And God
Thank
be
you.
praised.
Indeed, God be praised.
Amen.
Well done. Amen.
Thank you.
I'm echoing now. Indeed, you're welcome. All right, we've just met The Voice from St. Lucia, The Voice at Barbados Gospel Fest, The Voice who also has her feet in Barbados, The Voice God has given to us. And so the message is waiting on you to receive it. Don't deny it. It will haunt you. Mornin Barbados is coming back in just a moment.
Of the gospel of Jesus, I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed. Of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I am more than a conqueror through Him who loved me. This I know for sure.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I have a few minutes with you to have some fun. I have a few minutes with you to have some fun. For you to assist me in unscrambling some letters. Yes, indeed, folks. Help me unscramble some letters. Look at the screen. Look. I've already given you one word right there. What word is this? It's all related to crop over. It is all related to crop over. Think of it within that concept. What word can you make with those letters you see on your screen right now? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Call. Do you think you can make a word with these letters? If yesterday you saw how those children dealt with some scrambled letters, Lord, they were so sharp. Are you equally sharp? Call me and let me know what word you think we can make using the letters you see on your screen. 228-5562 or 228-5563. It is a word associated not just with the festival, but associated with the festival. And every word I'm going to share with you, every set of scrambled letters I'll share with you are all related to this season in which we are operating at the moment, the crop over season. So what word often would be heard at crop over would you make with these letters you see on your screen? What word? 228-5562 or 63. We have a call. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello,
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Who's calling?
Oh, my name is Rosalind.
Say it again. Your name is?
Rosalind.
Okay, Rosalind. Do you think you know the answer here? What word is it?
Yes, please.
What word is it?
Harvest.
Harvest. Certain?
Right, sir.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Well done, Rosalind. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful today, okay?
Yes, please.
Good girl, Ros. Thank you very much for calling in. So Rosalind got word number 1 correct. Harvest. Harvest is indeed absolutely right. Do we have another one we want to share? Here we, oh, this is, listen, if you get this wrong, I will be stunned. Look at this one. There are only 3 letters, 228-5562 or 228-5563. So simple. It is almost unbelievable if anybody gets this wrong at all. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Look at it. One word from 3 letters. What word is it that you see? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Morning, hello.
Good morning, Pearson.
Good morning. Tell me the answer.
Rum.
There's no other word, right?
No, Pearson.
At all. Who's calling?
Monica.
Hey, Monica, long time no here. Hope you have a lovely today, okay?
Yes, please.
Thanks, Mons. Monica is absolutely right. Rum. Rum is the answer. There is no other way to see it. Even if you spelled it backward, you will still get your rum. Just kidding you. Just kidding you. But well done, everybody. You've been fantastic as always. And so my little crew joins me in saying to all of you, make it a terrific day today. Be it the will of the Lord. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning.